Please subscribe.
In Puerto Rico today.
Puerto Rico Department of Health confirms 32 additional cases of the Delta variant of COVID-19 on the island. Amid an apparent spike in infections, the total number of this strain of the virus in Puerto Rico rises to 38.
After the countless criticisms he received, the mayor of Catano, Felix Delgado, canceled this Wednesday the contract for the luxury bus that he rented at a rate of $4,500 per month. Felix Elcano Delgado acknowledged that his determination quota was not the most correct.
The Office of the Independent Special Prosecutors Panel accepted the recommendation of the Department of Justice to investigate the former mayor of Corozal Sergio Torres, for supposedly recording the telephone calls of the city council members and employees. The investigation revealed that employees never gave up their right to privacy during calls. A Puerto Rico law states, any person who without legal justification uses electronic or video equipment, with or without audio, to conduct secret surveillance in private places, in which persons are under the expectation of privacy, shall incur a fourth-degree felony. Puerto Rico requires two-party consent.
The Fiscal Oversight Board amended the central government's adjustment plan for the fifth time to include two new agreements that would bring more followers to the proposal. The amendment seeks to reduce some $35 million in debt of the government of Puerto Rico.
One of the agreements is a new understanding with the American Federation of Teachers, and in turn, with the Puerto Rico Teachers Association that will allow educators of a certain age and with a certain number of years of service, to qualify for retirement. In addition, a bonus of $3,000 would be added.
The National Meteorological Service in San Juan this afternoon issued a flash floods warning for towns due to heavy rains that are the product of a coastal trough and high levels of the atmosphere. If you encounter a flash flood, do not walk through flowing water. Most drownings occur during flash floods. Remember the phrase turn around, don't drown. Don't drive through flooded roads. Cars can be swept away in only 2 feet of moving water. Do not drive around road barriers.
Around the world, as the nation's courthouses reopen, they face massive backlogs in criminal cases. Many prosecutors are faced with dropping charges on nonviolent offenders.
A tragic death shows how healthcare fails patients who struggle with addiction. In severe withdrawals from an opiate addiction, Jameson Ryback's mother drove him to the local hospital. In Florence, South Carolina, the staff there gave Jameson fluids, medication to decrease his nausea and potassium supplements to stop his muscle spasms. But when they recommended admitting him to monitor and manage the withdrawal symptoms, Jameson said no. He had lost his job the previous month and, with it, his health insurance. He kept saying, "I can't afford this." Jameson later died. The hospital asked him to sign a form of discharge against medical advice but never presented financial options for treatment.
President Biden makes a push for Democrats to unite around a $3.5 trillion budget plan. The deal is part of a two-pronged strategy to pass Biden's infrastructure plans. This larger bill includes ambitious plans to fund child care, health care and education priorities, which the administration argues fit under a broader definition of infrastructure.
While partisan gridlock has become a staple in Washington, there is an issue uniting lawmakers on both sides of the aisle: pop star Britney Spears' legal battle against her conservatorship. From progressive Senator Elizabeth Warren to conservative Senator Ted Cruz, lawmakers with vastly different political philosophies have shared their support for Spears. Spears' guardianship arrangement dates back to 2008 following her mental health crises and has enabled her father, Jamie Spears, to exert control over her personal decisions as well as her estimated $60 million fortune.
Olympic medalists will be required to put on their own medals to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, added that there will also be no handshakes or hugs during the award ceremonies of the 339 competitions.
Please subscribe. Keep us alive.